but since Zima's actually on Twitch, that seems like kind of a bad idea to impersonate him. But yeah, so now we're live.
Okay. Alright. So today we went to a barcade.
I'm sending you the stream.
Have your pie and
Huh?
I'm sending you the stream.
Oh, okay. Coolly. Where's my... Let's see here. On it. Waiting. It's loading. Is it on?
What's up?
Okay, I see you.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Okay, here we go. So, today we had a good day.
Mm-hmm.
We went to that barcade, a part of my meetup that my animation teacher had organized, sort of a end of semester get together.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fun. They had a lot of 80s arcade games and stuff from the 70s. We played Pong.
Pong.
That was
Yes.
interesting.
That was very interesting. You know what I tried to do while we were playing Pong? I started feeling bad that I was beating you, so I tried to let you win.
Aww.
But then it kept just giving you said you were over here and it would send it all the way over there. There's no way you could get there in time, and I was like, I tried to let you win.
Aww, that's so cute. What else? And you were mad because you didn't get to play enough pinball. And I was mad because I didn't get to play the Michael Jackson Moonwalker game. And I really wanted to play that. And it was called Moonwalker, and I was like, oh my god, Moonwalker, I have that video. Michael Jackson music video movie video. And that video, I still have it to this day. That video was a huge... I literally almost watched it every day when I was a kid. Because Michael Jackson, fun fact, Jackson was my first ever session ever. Loved him, huge fan of him. He was just amazing, you know. I loved Michael Jackson, still do. And okay, the 3 movies that no, how many? The 4 movies that I watched every day, kid, kindergarten, first grade, was Ace Ventura: Pet, Michael Jackson Moonwalk, Fox and the and those were the 4 movies. Literally.
I heard Moonwalker, Ace Ventura, and what was the other one?
Fox and the Hound, and
you cut out.
Like, is it?
I heard
Fox and the Hound and Snow White. My favorite princess because I watched her movie almost every day. And Fox and the Hound was my first favorite movie. Almost every day. Knew all the lines. So yeah, I was pissed off when I couldn't play the Michael Jackson video game. It would just keep eating my toe. And I was meeting up with my animation teacher. That was cool. Had that conversation. I'm glad you got to meet him as well, since you're going to be going there this fall. So now, hey, you know a teacher there, even though he's not in your major.
else were we talking about? Oh yeah, speaking of Michael Jackson, it's like I don't know. Like you say, who you were like you loved him as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like the perception when I was a kid of Michael Jackson was not very positive. Like,
Really?
yeah, like growing up, there was everybody that I knew thought he was a pedophile. Not that,
Mm-hmm.
as kids we knew exactly what that meant. We just knew it
Mm-hmm.
was a bad thing. You know? Oh, he smacked Bob McCramer. But we knew it was a bad thing. And we knew that everyone thought he was. So, if an adult thinks it, that must mean it's true, right?
Right.
So, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I think we had very, very different ideas of him growing up. So when he died, and all these people came out of the woodwork and um, started talking about how they were fans of him, I was like, are you guys for real right now? Because the perception for me was that he was a weirdo. Like
Mm-hmm.
he had he had the hee hee, he had that. He had that. He was dangling babies
Balconies.
off of balconies.
I remember that.
He what did he try? What did he try? He as I was like a teenager, I was looking at him and I was like, all right, well, he had his career in the '80s, and then he got vitiligo or
Vitiligo.
vitiligo. He got vitiligo, and then it just sort of fizzled out from there. Like nobody wanted to watch him because they thought his appearance was weird.
What? No. No. He was still. I mean, come on, bad. Come on. Music video was amazing.
I don't know. Everyone was always talking about like how his videos, like how his videos weren't good, how they didn't like his new music.
Oh no.
I mean, that
I
was
still
my perception.
I felt like, with the whole vitiligo thing, you can't. And his appearance changed, and he started getting plastic surgery.
Yes, and he
He
bleached his
should
skin.
because he wanted to even out the vitiligo. He didn't want that to, like, he changed, but he didn't want that to be like a, he didn't
Yeah,
want that
yeah,
tone.
I know what you mean.
But with all the changes that he did, he should have stopped with the plastic surgery when he was in his bad.
When he was in his
That
bad what?
bad.
What?
When he did the album,
When he did the album Bad?
yeah, the song Bad.
Ah.
He should have stopped there, cause he looked. Mm. He looked.
Yeah, I don't know. It's his death was actually really prominent for a lot of people in the medical industry.
Yeah.
Like his death summed up a lot of the problems that people in healthcare have, which is when it comes to rich clients, is that if a poor person, I'm not saying like poor like actually poor, I mean poor as in not rich. If a not rich client walks up to a doctor and says, "Doctor, I have a headache," the doctor would be like, "Oh well, take an aspirin. Try not to be so stressed out. Something like that, right?" But
Right.
like rich people go up to doctors and say, "Doctor, I have a headache. Give me Vicodin." And then if the doctor says no, you don't need Vicodin for that, they're going to say, "All right, I'll go to a different doctor then." And so that was the deal with Michael Jackson's doctor was, Michael Jackson's like, "I want all these drugs," because that's what he thought he needed, and his doctor was like, "Oh, okay."
I remember after Michael Jackson died, after he died, I saw the doctor in Santa Monica.
Really?
Yep.
Tell me about that.
Um, well, it was after school. My uncle picked me up after school. It was a half day, and we were going to the promenade. Wanted to get something, and we stopped. And he looked to the left, and he was like, "That's Michael Jackson's doctor." I was like, "What?" He was walking down the street with his kid or something.
Huh. That is crazy.
And yeah, I was gonna say something else. Oh, and yeah. So you know when he was right before he died, he was gonna go on his "This Is It" tour, remember?
Yes, I remember that.
And then they came out with the movie documentary "This Is It," and I watched it when you went to Japan. I watched it, then they put it on. Great doc. It's just sad because you know you have all these people, dancers, singers. You know they interviewed them, and it's thousands of them that auditioned for this position to dance with Michael Jackson, and all of them are, you know, this is a life dream of mine to actually perform with Michael Jackson, to meet with Michael Jackson, dance right next to Michael Jackson. I worked so hard to be at this, and some of them were tearing up because it's a dream to work with a legend. And then he dies,
Mm-hmm.
and you know they most of the document him rehearsing, getting ready, putting together the tour. And during he was hot. He drugs
What?
during he drugs time.
You're cutting out.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
So he was on drugs, of course, because it was
Yes.
leading up to his death. And I remember at the time when he died, people were saying, you know, when they were rehearsing for This Is It, you know, he would be rehearsing, dancing, moving around, and he's doing all this activity. He's cold. He has on shirt and a and another jacket over it, and he's doing all this stuff, and he's cold. And I
Yeah.
saw that in the documentary, and he has like layers and layers and layers of shirts and jackets and coats, and he's rehearsing, and he's
Yeah. It's very physically active. Yeah, and he's always portrayed as very skinny.
mm-hmm.
Like I don't know if you've noticed that, but like whenever he's drawn
Yeah,
or what is this?
he was
What is?
cold because he was on drugs.
Yeah, hold on a second. I got a message from a dude.
Mm.
Some guy said he's gonna design some banners and overlays for the stream. Well, thank you,
Mm.
sir. Yeah, he was certainly larger than life.
Yeah.
I remember, but like I remember what was it after his doctor.
Mm-hmm.
His doctor was I think his doctor was charged or something
Mm-hmm.
for his murder. They said, hey, you know, you did something. You know, you shouldn't have given him those drugs that he asked for.
I think was it propofol or something like.
Yeah, it was like a mix of like it was like sleeping pills and
It was a bunch of
painkillers. Huh?
It was narcotics. Just
Yeah. It was stuff he shouldn't. He was on too much stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There was actually a protest. You know Frito Misto?
Yes.
Well, that building right there, like across the street.
Yes.
That there was a protest group around there, and they had this air horn, and had this banner, and said whatever his name was. I thought his name was like Murray or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I want to say his name on stream because I don't know if that counts as defamation or like libel or whatever. But they said that guy killed MJ, and they had this air horn and they're blasting it, and then my mom said, "Why are they doing this protest here? He didn't live here." So.
My mom said this, I think back in 7th or 8th grade. This was a while ago, so I might be getting some of this wrong, so don't quote me on this. But this is what I can. My mom, she's in nurse practice, and she said, some of those you're not even. They won't even allow you to distribute them out of the hospital.
Mm.
As like even or something, they let you even distribute that, give that to a patient. Now I might be getting that wrong. Don't quote me on that. That's just that was something I remembered from though.
Mm. I remember there was this one story it was told on Reddit, and the story was this guy goes and he has this really horrible nosebleed, and they use medicinal cocaine to stop the bleeding, which is that's true, right? That's what they do,
right,
that sometimes in very controlled circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
So but the guy telling the story claimed that he was able to do lines of cocaine, which not true. You cannot do that. What they do is they put it on a what do you call it? What do you call that thing where they put it on the thing and they shove it up your nose?
Tube that you're talking about?
What?
Is it a tube?
Yeah, it's like a tube. Yeah, it's a tube.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And it has like a thing, and they put the powder on it, and then they put it up your nose.
Oh, I don't know. I'm thinking something.
Maybe I'm butchering the explanation of it. But the point is, like, so people called him out on it. They're like, "Hey, you're a liar."
Yeah, they're not gonna let you do that.
Yeah, no, they're not letting you do lines of cocaine in the hospital. And I bet your nosebleed would have to be really bad for them to break out the medicinal cocaine.
Or there's other things you can do. They can burn it. Put a cauterizer up there.
Ooh, that does not sound fun. That sounds like the opposite of fun. I forgot to reply to that guy. Hold on a sec. The guy who sent me a message and said he was gonna make me some overlays and whatnot. Let me... Oh, here it is. I'll reply, oh cool, thanks. Give me one sec. Did I get any cool stuff? No. Ready. Oh man, I should have left. I want to see if anyone wants to party up. Gotta see, is there anyone that wants to party up? Anyone wanna party up? I guess no one wants to party up. Whoa! Someone just logged in. Wait, no. He just summoned a familiar or whatever. Rest in peace. I don't
like
know.
saying that.
What's up?
Huh? I like saying that phrase. I don't know. I feel
Don't quote
cool.
me on that. That's a good phrase.
Yeah.
I like that phrase too. I gotta kill this guy. I don't know. I had a negative feeling about Michael Jackson. And I still find that prejudice, I guess, that carried over from when I was a kid hard to overcome.
Mm-hmm.
When critically thinking about his work, you know? Like, he was one of the biggest people of the 20th century.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we talk about, like, Billy Joel and Bob Dylan and all these other people, you know? But he was at the top of the Billboard 40 for, I want to say, longer than anyone else. Like, Weird Al, people talk about how he's at the top 40 on stuff, you know, like he's been on top for like a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like the only person who really writes joke songs, like except for the Lonely Island. The Lonely Island was doing that for a while, but then they all joined SNL. Wait,
Yeah.
no, they
No,
were
they
a
were
part.
a part
They
of SNL.
they were a part of SNL. So, I don't know. I feel like
I
no,
love my.
yeah. No, yeah, I understand.
And when I watched his videos, videos of him being Michael Jackson, he really is Peter. The one clip I saw, it was Christmas and Elizabeth Taylor decorated his house, and like they were recording him unwrapping his gifts. This guy, he got so many super soakers. He's like, I got a super soaker. He was so excited to get all these super.
Yeah, he didn't have a real like
Child.
yeah, real childhood. Joe Jackson was apparently very mean to him.
Mm-hmm.
That's my understanding of it. Hold on a sec. I'm trying to. Oh, nothing in here.
I remember when I had my sister was
I
the only
didn't hear
person
that at
that.
all.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I said I remember when I had my obsession with Michael Jackson, and the only person that knew about it was my sister. And she, my so my obsession with Michael Jackson. My sister's obsession was Aaron Carter. She loved, and so one time I forgot what it was when I was a kid. And my sister said, I'm gonna tell Ma that you think Michael Jackson is sexy. And I'm like, no, don't do that. You know, shy kid, I tell the things that I thought about, or, didn't know how to express myself or certain
Mhm.
things. So I just keep it to myself. My sister's like, I'm gonna tell Ma that you think he's sexy. I'm like, no, don't. So she did. And she was like, Ma, Kathy thinks Michael Jackson is sexy. And she's like, he is sexy.
I still remember something my dad said to me.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, just before he showed me uh, Billie Jean. I know I've said this story to you before, and I even told your grandma this story.
Mm-hmm.
But I just before he showed me Billie Jean, he said, "Growing up, this was the coolest thing in the world."
Mm-hmm.
And he shows me Billie Jean, and at the time I just sort of thought about it, but then I didn't think anything of it. I like the song, of course, and I like the music video.
Yeah.
But later I thought, wait a minute. Uh, growing up, like when this came out, you were like 30. You had kids. You had a whole life growing up. And I remember I said it was like I said that to uh, Jacob's mom, and she said, "Oh, he's young at heart."
And I remember my dad telling me, I can't remember if he was talking about Thriller or Billie Jean.
Hmm.
One of those. They're both in huge music videos
Yes.
then. Still,
Yes.
Thriller
Still.
is considered the best music video ever. Time.
Yes. Oh wait.
So I think it was my dad was. He said, um, when Thriller, he said everybody was rushing home to watch it, the premiere of. He said everybody was just wanted to get home because they were announcing Thriller was coming on. It was premiering. It was a world premiere, TV. Everybody wanted to see it, and my dad was like, he said, I wanted to rush home and see it, and I'm like, wait a second, you were a fanboy? You were a fanboy? That was funny. And then I'm just thinking to myself, wow, these days when it's a world premiere of a music video, it was no big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of sort of it is.
Yeah.
Like people want to see the music video to a song, but it's not. No one is rushing home
Yeah.
because they're like, oh, I have it. I have my phone right here. I could just see it any.
Yeah. I mean, that's the deal with stuff these days is people don't have like the same. Like, back then, it's like people were huge, like artists were huge, and everyone loved them. But it's like
Mm-hmm.
if you weren't into them, then what was your option really? Nothing. But now it's there's so many artists out there. There's so many like take me for example. Like you have to scroll so far down Twitch to get to me, and then
Mm-hmm.
what am I doing? I'm doing the same thing that other people are doing. But if
Yeah.
someone liked me or hated me, then They have options. But if I was the only person doing this, then yeah, people would have to deal with me. But
I just think it's interesting how it was a much simpler, or
mm-hmm.
you didn't you like there was no you there was no Instagram, Twitter. No one was tweeting about the new apps and music videos. You had to go home and you had to watch TV and you had to watch it at the same. Everybody else had to watch it.
At the same time,
Yep.
because the fuck is
And
this?
it's next day. Oh, you didn't. What? What do you mean you didn't see it? It's not like
Yeah,
you could. It's not like if you had a phone, you can instantly see it anytime. Like if you didn't see it last night, sucks for you.
yeah. And that's the same thing. It was like with TV. It's like if you missed, like, could you imagine? Uh, it's like there was big TV shows at the time, like Dallas,
Yeah.
like Who Shot J.R. was huge. It captivated the nation. And it's like imagine if it's like, oh well, you miss out on it because you were out of the house, or God forbid an actual emergency came up, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
what is it? What am I trying to say? And if another show is on at the same time that you prefer, and you have to choose between the two.
I remember going through that when I was a kid too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ed, Edd and Eddie trumped all, in my opinion. They I don't know, there was a time of Cartoon Network where they just did not want to play Ed, Edd and Eddie.
Mm.
Oh fuck! Forgot how this shit goes. Stop! Stop! He's gonna kill me! What the fuck? How is this fucker killing me? Wow. He took my health down to like almost zero. Because of how I forgot how to fight him. It's my own damn fault. Run, 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 you fat fuck, you fat fuck, you fat fuck, you fat fuck. Jesus, no, 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 don't do this to me, don't do this to me, don't do this to me. Yes, yes. Ah, God. Mark Gerhard, you can't do this to me. Does he still work for Jagex? I don't know. Oh, fuck, fuck, run, no, 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 no. No! No, it's killing me. Fuck. No, 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 no. Kill him, kill him, kill him. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. 7. Yes, yes, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him. No, he has 1 HP. Pathos dagger offhand Marmaros. Alright. Give me a sec. Let me look here. Mark Gerhard. I swear to God. Yes. Was the CEO of Jagex. He left in 2014. Well, that fits in with my tradition of asking people not to mess with me that don't work at Jagex anymore. And there's no one here to party up with. Let me ask these guys. Um, well, they don't want to party up, so never mind. I know I've said this before, and I say this story quite frequently.
Hmm.
Do you remember the story about the rapper in the gangster rapper in the recording studio?
Um.
Do you want to hear it again?
Yeah.
So, this guy works at a recording studio, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's an audio guy. Like he's the guy in the booth, right?
Sound engineer.
Yeah. So he's there's this gangster there who I guess decided that because he's a gangster, he must be good at rapping, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this guy shows up, and he has his entourage, right? You know, but this guy didn't have like he didn't know how to sing. He uh, didn't rehearse beforehand.
Yeah.
Like on his own time. So he comes into the studio and he pays for like an hour of studio time, right? He had paid for an hour of studio time.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, he can't get his voice right, and so it's at the end of his time. And the guy said, and he's not gonna say, hey, dude, maybe you should go learn to sing before you show up, because he's a customer, right? He's like,
Mm-hmm.
well, do you want to reschedule? We can give you another, like, we'll give you another time, but we're still gonna have to charge you for that and whatever. And this guy thought he was being hustled, right? So he
Mm-hmm.
pulls a gun on this dude, onto the guy telling the story, the sound engineer.
Yeah.
And the sound engineer just tells him, dude, we know who you are. Like, you gave us your information to be a part of this, so do you not... The cops will know who you are. Like, just go ahead and shoot me. Do it. I dare you. Did not get shot, but that guy did not return. I wonder why.
It's raining. Mm.
Yay!
What do you mean, yeah?
We're out of a drought. California's been in a drought for years.
Yeah, but I don't know the rain.
Let's grab some food while I'm in here. Wait.
I used to like the rain when I was younger.
Hmm.
I used to like the winter when I was younger. It used to be my favorite season
I used to
because
too.
I hated sunny days.
Same. I actually preferred overcast days because
Same.
it wasn't, you know, super bright out.
Yep.
Everything was like sort of this same level of, so you wouldn't have to, uh, get your eyes burned out trying to look at stuff. Like, you wouldn't have to squint, is what I'm
Hmm.
trying to say. What the fuck am I?
Yeah. Same. Exact same. I hated sunny days. I just wanted overcast all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, like a blanket, over the sky or whatever. And now, like, I still like that. Like, I like when it's warm. I don't like cold days. I like warm, but I also like overcast. And I like it warm, humid weather, clouds.
Yes.
That to me is perfect weather to me.
You know what I actually, yeah, I mean, my ideal weather is where it's a warm day outside, right? That you can wear short sleeve,
Mm-hmm.
but the sun is behind a cloud,
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
so you don't get your skin burning off or you're not sweating.
Yes. That is just perfect to me. It was like that 2015 summer. It rained a lot that summer.
Did it?
Yeah. I remember that 2015 summer. It rained, it was storming, but it was also humid. It felt like Belize. Very tropical weather that summer.
I spent that summer inside, so I wouldn't
Mm.
know. Crafting level 76. Come on.
Oh.
God, they're giving me these huge dungeons. I select medium dungeon size, and then it makes me uncover every single square. I swear to God. Alright, here's this bitch. The same bitch from last time. Stop Don't stop running. Nice. Cute sneezes. Cute sneeze. Cute sneeze.
Oh, my allergies are acting up. Flare up.
This is like that boss battle on Crash Bandicoot 3.
Hmm.
What was his name? Croc A Dial.
Crocodile.
You know, he's like a crocodile, and he's like in an Arctic area or whatever, and there's penguins, and he has like these like polygon shield thingies around him, and then you have to like force him to destroy it himself because you can't get to him, and then you have to hit him 3 times to. What was his name? Crash Bandicoot 3 bosses. You know what? I don't think anyone wants to group up with me, so I'm just gonna keep going. Let's see here. Dingo Dial, that was his name.
Dingo die.
Man, all of the bosses actually had really clever names. Entropy,
Engine. Wait, was
Engine,
it engine?
huh?
Engine.
Engine was in it.
Yeah.
Dr. Engine, Dr. Neocortex, Tiny.
Neocortex.
Yeah. Dingo Dial, Entropy was the time dude. Engine. You know, the dude, the good guy, the good mask guy.
Ooga Booga?
Is that his name?
The mask?
Yeah.
Ooga Booga.
I never knew his name as a kid, and and neither did my mom. So we would always just call him Oobliga. Because that's the sound it would make when you would get 3 of the masks.
Yeah.
So it goes Oobliga, and then it's like it plays that funky beat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Ooga Booga.
Oobliga. Can we play that? Let's play the. Let's play that right now. Hold on. Crash Bandicoot 3 Invincibility music. Okay, here we go. This is actually pretty funky. Pretty good. I'd like to thank Sony Computer Entertainment of America for the copyright strike my stream is about to receive.
No, John.
Maybe if I say that, they won't do it.
should have taken an Allegra. No, I couldn't because I drank today.
Roasted.
I just have to wait it out. I could put on my topical medicine, but it's all the way downstairs.
Is that the boss? Damn it! I thought that was the boss. Fuck! Now I'm trapped in this room. Damn it, this shit again. God damn it. I hate this puzzle. You know what like people said that once I turned 21 that it wouldn't be as fun to drink. You know, they were right.
I don't know. I still think it's fun to some degree.
Yeah, but it's not a pastime like it was for me. Like,
Because it's like, oops. Because it's like when you did it when you were underage, it's like, ooh, haha.
mm-hmm.
I'm not supposed to be doing this, but I'm doing it anyway. Ah. But once you're allowed to, it's like, oh. Okay. I don't know, my mom's like, when she sees me drink or whatever, she's like, she gives me this look or whatever. She's like, you shouldn't be drinking. You shouldn't be drinking all that. I'm like, I rarely drink. I mean, I do drink, but I don't drink all the time. I only drink socially. And she's like, what are you doing drinking? I'm like, I can drink, okay? I remember I drank, we had that bottle of sangria in the cabinet, and it stayed there for a long time. And nobody was drinking it. Then, like, we had it for a while, like a while. And we, I just put it in the fridge, and I just drank it. I didn't drink all of it in one sitting. Over time, I drank it.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom found it in the fridge. She was like, who drank out all of this? And I was like, I did. And she was like, why'd you drink all my sangria? Or she said, why'd you drink out the sangria? You're not supposed to be drinking. You shouldn't be drinking. I'm like, first of all, that sangria was in the cabinet in the pantry for a long time. No one touched it. No one bothered to drink it. I was the only one that decided I wanted to drink it. So I don't know why you're mad.
What was it? Man, my thing was when the guys were giving me shit for drinking, was I just started telling them that I said, they're like, oh, it's whatever day it is, or it's this time, and I'm like, I'm not an alcoholic. I don't need to justify why I choose to drink.
Mhm.
I'm drinking because I want to.
Right.
And I'm a college student. I don't have class tomorrow. I don't have a damn job tomorrow. Did I have a job at that time? I can't remember. But, the point is, like, and neither did they. And they, you know, it's like, people who are like, oh, well, it's a social occasion. I can drink this entire bottle of wine. It's like, yeah, you're an alcoholic. You're just making an excuse. Me, I'm a college student, and I don't have a job, or I don't have school. I don't have work tomorrow. And I know you guys don't have anything planned because you're my best friends, and you haven't told me that you have something planned for tomorrow. So why wouldn't I drink? But I think, yeah, that really annoyed me. How they thought I was the alcoholic, despite the fact that they drank more than me. It's just that I talked about my drinking.
Right. Yeah, my mom's like, you don't need to be drinking. I'm like, I don't drink all the time. I only drink on social occasion. I don't want to like drink hard liquor, anything like that. I don't want to get drunk. I only get buzzed. I like getting buzzed, but that's it.
I remember this one guy. He was telling a story on Reddit about how he had a narcissistic mom who would always claim. So she would claim that everything in the pantry is hers, right? And tell him not to eat anything, and then complain when he wouldn't eat anything and all the food went bad. So one time he found an expired chocolate bar and started eating it, right? And he wrote out. He knew that she was gonna throw a shit fit. So when she started throwing a shit fit, he pulled out a note he had written beforehand saying, this is an expired chocolate bar. Right now you're complaining to me about how you were going to eat this expired chocolate bar that's been in the pantry for 6 months, how you had planned it for today. This was your special snack or something. I wrote out this note in advance because I knew you would say that. Just to be real for a second, if you know someone who lives like that or acts like that, that's a very serious mental problem, and they should get help for that, because that's not just being obstinate for no reason. Like, that's an actual serious problem. So if you're watching this and you know someone like that, that's a very serious problem. There's no shame in getting help. Check it and see if anyone wants to party up. see this guy at level 30. Privacy mode active. He's level 100. No one's online. Let's check this guy out. Privacy mode, yay! Wait. I guess we'll just keep going. I don't know. I just don't think. Yeah, it's like I don't think we are ever gonna have problems abusing substances.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at the same time, I'm not gonna push my luck. Like wait, that's the wrong thing. I'm not gonna associate with people who do that. You know.
Right.
I saw this one guy on Reddit. He said he went to go and try heroin because he wanted to know, you know. Ended up getting addicted. He had never tried anything harder than weed at that point.
Once you do heroin once, that's it.
Yeah.
You're on it.
Mhm. Yeah, it's like I'm not out here abusing alcohol or anything, but it's like I have caught more flack for that sort of shit than other people have.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there were people in my middle school that were drinking in middle school. And there were people at my high school who were getting high in class. And then there's me, who wants to drink on a Thursday. I don't know, maybe it's just because I didn't hang out with those people who got drunk in class. It's like... Did you ever see that documentary about the lady who drove the wrong way into traffic because she was on a highway because she was blackout drunk?
No, but I've heard things of like happening.
Yeah, these people were... So here's the incident, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you the facts on the ground, right? Like, and then I'm gonna tell you the interpretation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the fuck. Lady is allegedly drunk and erratically driving, right?
Mm-hmm.
She has her kids in the car. She has her nephews and nieces in the car. One of them calls from, wait a minute, hold the fuck up. Ethereum, fuck. Ethereum plate legs, I gotta bind this. Armor 187. Wait, Argonite? Wait a minute. How the fuck does this shit work? Ethereum is tier 6 and Argonite's tier 7. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, never mind then. I'm sorry. One of the kids is in the car and manages to make a phone call to the 911 that says, Auntie can't see, or something, right? So, lady's driving the wrong way on the highway. Multiple 911 calls. And 911 actually starts telling people who call. They're like, hey man, some guys. They're like, yeah, we know. He's driving the wrong way. We're sending troopers. Don't worry, right?
Mhm.
Well, their luck ran out and they crashed head on, into some people. The cars go careening off, right, off the highway, right, and go up in flames almost immediately. Everyone in the other car is dead. She's dead. Kids might still be alive, but the car caught fire. And they only managed to pull one kid out before the whole thing went up.
No.
Right. And yeah, that's what happened. So, the people whose family the lady belonged to, categorically did not believe that she was drunk, was an alcoholic, anything to do with alcohol. They did not believe she had anything to do with it.
Mhm.
So, I think they at some point believed that she may have been self-medicating with something, but that was definitely not alcohol, right? So, throughout the entire documentary, they're waiting to hear back from this this guy who's like the coroner or something, or the private eye or something that they hired, like some person that they're in contact with who's supposed to give them the deets on a toxicology report or this or that. And so they finally get a phone call from him at the end of the movie, and it's like, yeah, dude, we told you, like, she was drunk as shit, and you wanted us to keep redoing the test, and we redid the test like 3 times, and she was drunk as shit. Like, we told you that. And then it's like, oh, like they totally knew and were just denying it, And then the lady, the sister of the lady, right, who died, is outside smoking, and she's like, oh, don't tell my family that I smoke. And I'm like, oh, don't tell your family that you smoke? You mean like how your sister didn't tell you that she drank and was an alcoholic and tried to buy a 5th of vodka, but didn't manage it because she left her ID at home?
Wow.
With kids in the car? Your kids? Although buying alcohol just by itself, with children present, isn't exactly a crime. But considering she was drunk while doing this and driving them around. But yeah, that documentary just made me angry. can tell this enemy is going to be kind of hard to fight. I'm gonna sneeze.
Okay.
I muted myself for the first sneeze because I wanted to mute myself. Then I unmuted myself for the second sneeze, which I did not intend to do.
Bless you.
Thank you. Oh, what the fuck? You know, there's a conspiracy theory.
Bigfoot?
No. There's not a conspiracy theory about Bigfoot.
Okay.
No, but the conspiracy theory says that the CIA takes a cut of cartel activities.
Sounds right.
in exchange for permitting it to happen. Because, I mean, you think about it, and I guess it kind of makes sense. I mean, if we really wanted to, we could take out the cartels like that. That's the conspiracy theory, though. You know, the Hong Kong Shanghai Banking Corporation,
Uh-huh.
One of the wealthiest banks in the world.
Really?
Yes. Was actually implicated in helping launder drug money,
Mm-hmm.
like on a systemic level. And they paid a fine that was about 10% of what they had made.
Uh-huh.
And didn't really suffer any consequences beyond that. Like, they made more money laundering money than they lost from the fine. If anyone watching is wondering how I'm solving this, there is a automatic Dungeoneering tile puzzle solver. You can find it by googling RS Wiki tile puzzle solver. There's a link to it in the RuneScape wiki if you also want to check that out. As usual, anything behind the doors of the tile puzzle is a waste of time, and I shouldn't have bothered with it. Nah, nah. I found the boss early, but I'm gonna open these extra rooms because you get more XP if you do that. Actually, I'm just gonna open that one because that's I don't care. I don't care. I'm not gonna get that much more XP. I'm only gonna get like I'm only getting like 3,000 XP for this too, which sucks. I was getting like 10,000 XP, like 15,000 XP before this. They fucked up how my shit worked. Come on, come on, fuck. Kill him, fat fuck. Imagine being the greatest hero in the land, but you can't fucking walk very easily on ice. And you can't hit something that's in front of your face. Oh my god. I'm gonna say I got like 2,700 XP for that. I should have gotten like 15,000. I hate this fucking puzzle and I don't want to do it.
Don't do it.
I can't. It's obstructing my forward motion and I need to do it. Oh, fuck. This puzzle. It's almost as bad. Guess I'll have to go do that stupid ass puzzle. Stream chat has just not been active.
Really?
Yeah. We've had viewers the whole time, but I guess they don't want to stop in and say hello.
I can say hello. Hi.
Hi, Kathy. Hey, Kathy.
Yeah.
What's a scrub?
Scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Leaning at the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me.
You're so cute.
Thank
Mhm. I trying to do right now? You know, I'm a pretty understanding person, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I always try to, like, you know, if there's a situation where somebody could be at fault, I'm like, well, you know, maybe we should consider all the factors, you know, or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like they got this shit out here. People, making games and shit, or they just fuck it up beyond all belief. Like, remember Fallout 76?
Mm-hmm. I never
They,
played it, but you told me.
yeah, it's like, if I don't even have to be like, I don't know, maybe it'd be different, you know, if it was my company, if it was my paycheck, that, you know, suddenly me running my mouth can get me fired, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I was over here and I was on Fallout 76, and I would say to somebody, you know, privately, I'd be like, you know, I don't even know how they're launching this thing. This thing is not ready. You know, like how would you? How could you not like hear some of that? You know, like, oh, you know, we're just gonna, you know, just let out this dumpster fire, and, you know, there's not gonna be any problems at all, right? Well, yeah, there's gonna be problems, dude.
Now, can you explain to me why it was bad again?
Basically, it had a lot of bugs, which were really horrendously bad. It had that. The game itself wasn't very fun. Like you would have like there wouldn't be any humans, right? There wasn't really a plot line to get invested in. It was more like you just sort of were there.
Mm-hmm.
They also tried to take the a game engine that had been used for single player games and make it into a multiplayer game,
Mm-hmm.
which didn't really work that well. And then the core audience had never ever wanted to play multiplayer anyway. They they
Mm-hmm.
liked they liked the fact that it was single player. They really liked it. So, you know, when they made it an MMO, it was like, Then there was the fact that they fucked up, like, on the technical side of it, like, okay, so the game was fucked up, like, on the technical side, like, in so many different ways, but, like, just the behind the scenes, like, running of the website was awful. Like, they had the support system. It's like, oh, you know, if you're having trouble, tell us what the trouble is, you know, like, and launch a ticket. Well, they had that, but some people were seeing other people's stuff, and, like, you know, people were including their information in those tickets, like, you know, their full names, the last four digits of their credit cards, you know, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, very sensitive information. And one guy was saying that, and he's like, hey, so, you know, if you want me to update your ticket, just go ahead and send me a message, and I'll do it. Then some people were logging into other people's accounts. Like, they were having their characters replaced by lower level accounts, and then some people were having their accounts replaced by higher level accounts.
Mm-hmm.
One dude was banned because they were trying to ban hackers, but instead, who were like hacking in like high level gear, but instead they banned him, and he had played the game for like 200 hours by that point, and the game had only been out for like 300 hours.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he was very dedicated to the game. So yeah, it was just a shit show all around. And a major problem for the Bethesda as developers at that point, for that specific thing, was historically they've relied on other people to actually bug fix the game for them.
Uh-huh.
Like, if you want to play... Hold on a sec. I think my mom's home. Yeah, they're home. Is that if you want to mod the game, they have these things. So when you download your mods, they'll tell you, okay, well, required for this mod to run is the unofficial Skyrim patch or the unofficial Oblivion patch, because like even in the official releases of the games, like well after the game's release date, and it has all the patches and whatnot, people still found the official game buggy as hell. So they would have these unofficial patches, but because it's an MMO, you can't mod an MMO. So Blizzard had to do all of the patches themselves, and then they actually pushed an update. And these updates were huge. They were like 50 gigs. And they pushed an update that actually reverted some of the patches in some ways, like brought old bugs back. It was awful. And people just got really tired of it. They said, look, you have these games, and you can't seem to competently develop them, and you always rely on other people. So.
Jimmy Carter.
What's up?
Huh?
You said Jimmy Carter and started laughing.
Oh, you didn't hear anything else?
No.
Okay. I said I was remembering something was going on with Jimmy Carter one time,
Mm-hmm.
and She was like, "We have to pray for Jimmy Carter, okay? We have to hope it's gonna be okay. Pray for Jimmy Carter." And I was like, "Do we love Jimmy Carter so much?" And she was like, "Because he made us to believe during his presidency. So for Jimmy Carter, okay?"
Jimmy Carter's a good man. You know, there's a conspiracy theory with him too. Kathy?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi. Yes, what did you say?
I said there's a conspiracy theory with Jimmy Carter.
Is he Bigfoot?
Yes. Now, the conspiracy theory is that Ronald Reagan sabotaged, no, George H.W. Bush sabotaged the Iranian hostage crisis negotiations. Because he was a diplomat, I think, at the time, or was he director of the CIA? Yeah, because it's pretty suspicious that nothing gets done, and then suddenly Ronald Reagan is elected, and then bam, they release it like the day of his inauguration. So that's the conspiracy theory, at least. I'm sure there's also a conspiracy theory that he eats conservative babies or something. That's the one I heard. I also heard he was Bigfoot. Man, Catherine, you didn't react to my joke. Kathy, are you there?
Can you hear me?
No, I didn't hear you until just now.
I was laughing.
Ah, well. Well, I didn't hear it.
It was funny.
Thank you. Glad somebody appreciates me. Unlike Twitch chat. Are you supposed to do what it's strong to or what it's weak to? Supposed to do what's strong to. One of these two. Yay! Oh, there's a key in there. Jacob wants to start playing D&D again.
Really?
Yeah. You want to get in on that?
Like board game?
Probably over Discord. But yeah. We'd make characters and stuff.
Mm.
Would you be interested in that?
I just pulled my computer out.
You can do it on your phone.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a website that'll do it for you.
Like right now.
What's that?
Right now?
Like, what do you mean right now?
Like you say he wants us to be playing.
No, in general.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, all we really have to do for the D&D is just show up to the Discord and like have our character sheets ready for the dice rolls and stuff. But then it'll roll the dice for us. So, yeah. Hey, Kathy.
Jeff?
What's a scrub?
Scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Leaning up the pleasures of his boyfriend, trying to holla at me.
Hmm. I think I'm gonna end the stream here. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Alright. Bye, everyone. Thanks for showing up.
Goodbye, buddy, every.
Goodbye, Bigfoot. I know you're watching out there.